Most people spend their entire lives playing a game they fundamentally don't understand. You think wealth is about spreadsheets, crypto signals, and having a high IQ, but the data tells a much darker story. The truth is, your bank account isn't a reflection of your math skills. It's a reflection of your psychology. Today, we aren't just summarizing a book. We are looking for the money glitch, the invisible force that decides if you will retire a sovereign individual or a slave to your own ego. This is the psychology of money, and here is exactly how to apply it. Let's start with the hard truth. You can't calculate your way to wealth if your emotions are driving the bus. As Morgan Housel says, doing well with money has a little to do with how smart you are and a lot to do with how you behave. When the market tanks, the PhD panics just like the dropout. Why? Because fear doesn't check your diploma. So how do we hack this? You need to automate your discipline. If you are an entrepreneur or working a 9 to 5, you have decision fatigue. By 6:00 p.m., your willpower is gone. Step 1, create a cooling off protocol. Never make a purchase or an investment over $500 within 24 hours of thinking of it. Step 2, automate the invisible tax. Set your bank to auto-transfer 20% of every deposit into an investment account before you see it. You can't spend what you don't see. Every success story you've ever heard is incomplete. We worship the self-made hero, but we ignore the silent partner in the room. Bill Gates was brilliant, yes, but he was also one of the only teenagers in the world in 1968 who attended a high school that had a computer. That is luck. But luck has a violent twin brother named Risk. For every Bill Gates, there was a Kent Evans, a friend of Gates, just as brilliant, just as ambitious, who died in a mountaineering accident before he could finish high school. Same potential, different roll of the dice. Success is never as good as it looks, and failure is never as bad as it feels. How do you use this? You build a margin of safety. Businessmen, stop betting the farm on sure things. The action plan, adopt the barbell strategy. Most of you are obsessed with the get-rich game. You want the viral product, the crypto flip, the IPO. But getting rich and staying rich are two entirely different skill sets. Getting rich requires optimism. You have to believe you can change the world. Staying rich? That requires paranoia. Mike Tyson earned $400 million and lost it all. Sam Bankman-Fried built a $26 billion empire and watched it vanish. Why? Because they couldn't stop gambling after they had already won. The psychological key, the first rule of compounding, is to never interrupt it unnecessarily. You need to create a financial bunker. Step 1, calculate your survival number. If your revenue goes to zero tomorrow, how much cash do you need to survive for 12 months? Not invested, cash. Step 2, fill that bunker. Step 3, once the bunker is full, you can be aggressive with everything else. The winner isn't the one who burns the brightest. It's the one who stays in the game the longest. We have a biological glitch in our brains. We confuse status symbols with wealth. When you see a guy driving a Ferrari, you don't look at him and think, wow, that guy is cool. You look at the car and think, wow, if I had that car, people would think I am cool. This is the man in the car. Paradox. We spend money to buy admiration, but admiration is a dividend of character, not leather seats. Income is what you show. Wealth is what you don't see. Wealth is the car you didn't buy. It's the diamonds you didn't wear. Stop peacocking and start stacking. The 30-day rule. For any non-essential purchase over $100, wait 30 days. If you still want it for yourself and not for how it makes you look, buy it. The wealth audit. Most entrepreneurs track revenue. I want you to track net worth. Revenue is vanity. Net worth is sanity. If your revenue went up but your net worth went down because you bought a Range Rover, you are losing the game. The most dangerous phrase in finance is, just a little bit more. Rajat Gupta had $100 million. He was a king of Wall Street, but his goalpost kept moving. He wanted to be a billionaire. He risked his reputation and went to prison for insider trading because he couldn't stand being a millionaire in a room of billionaires. If you don't draw your own finish line, society will keep moving it until you collapse. You need to define your cap number. Sit down today and write a number on a piece of paper. The number where, if you hit it, you stop taking life-ruining risks. There is no reason to risk what you have and need for what you don't have and don't need. Once you hit your cap number, shift from growth mode to preservation mode. Finally, we reach the highest dividend money pays. It isn't a yacht. It isn't a mansion. It is the power to say no. True wealth is the ability to do what you want, when you want, with who you want, for as long as you want. Every dollar you save is not a sacrifice. It is a piece of your future sovereignty that you are buying back from the world. Stop calculating return on investment and start calculating return on time. The action: calculate your hourly burn rate. How much does it cost to run your life for 1 hour? Every time you save $100, calculate how many hours of freedom you just bought. Build and fund your fund. This is money set aside specifically so that if a boss, a client, or a partner crosses a line, you can walk away without blinking. That is power. The psychology of money isn't about being the smartest person in the room. It's about being the most disciplined one. Ronald Read, the janitor, didn't out-earn the Wall Street traders. He outweighted them. Stop chasing more and start building enough, because you don't win the money game by out-earning everyone. You win by designing a life that is truly yours. If you want to master the mindset that builds empires, subscribe for more. I'll see you there.